Oh.
Good morning. It's Monday. Nope, it's Tuesday morning. We've been on vacation for a week and getting back to the farm and chores and everything, but really missed a great opportunity last night. We were sitting down at my father-in-law's birthday dinner that my mother-in-law prepared, a beautiful meal, and our neighbor calls and says 30 of our pigs are out. Well, all 30 of our pigs are out on the road. So we rushed out from dinner, and me, Andre, my brother-in-law, and my father-in-law spent, I don't know, not that long.
No, it was
30 minutes maybe.
20, 30 minutes, yeah.
Wrangling all 30 of our pigs back into their pen, but it was an eventful evening. I was in a dress and sandals, and there's poison ivy and thorns everywhere. It was a mess, but we got them all in, thankfully. But yeah, missed a great opportunity to record that. It would have been really fun to watch. Yeah.
Well, let me show you what we did. We usually just use this netting to keep them in, but over the years the pigs have broken strands and busted through sections, so we have to repair them, and the repairs don't last as long, and then you start having issues with the bottom 2-3 strands not having charge, and I think that's what happened. They got too close to it and they figured out that it didn't shock them, so they just broke right through it. And down there in the woods is where they busted through. The whole section was just ripped into 3 pieces. So what I did last night was come put the step-in post in and just run a single hot wire all the way around, about 12 inches off the ground, give or take. Some areas a bit higher, but so we know that this one has charge, and as long as they learn that one will shock them if they touch it, then they should stay away from it. They're going to still test it every now and again to make sure it's on, but so yeah, we may have to do this now for the foreseeable future, because this group has just been the worst. They've broken out 3 times already.
So many times, and once they figure out they can, they will. Pigs are so smart, so. And they don't even want to go anywhere. They want to be near their food. They do it because it's fun.
Yeah, they were down there in the woods. They went down that way, and then they turned. Some of them went that way towards the road. Some of them came back and stayed in here and were eating. So it was just a free-for-all. But
it's a mess.
Thankfully, nobody got hit on the road last night.
Yeah, we saw a car pulled over on the side in front of our house, and I was horrified thinking one of them had gotten hit, but thankfully not.
So yeah, just another saga here. Hopefully the cows don't get out next.
Don't say that.
They just called, so we maybe have to go look.
No, stop. So right here is a great example of some of the toxic plants that grow wildly on the farm, and how the cattle will naturally avoid them. This is the dead nettle that I was talking about. Not dead nettle, deadly nightshade. Purple dead nettle is not toxic. This is deadly nightshade. You can see it a little bit better here than you could in the other video. This is what the leaves look like. And then, and here is it looks like a tomato, the berries of it. That's a deadly nightshade berry, and then you can see it's got thorns all over it as well. So this is the field that the cows are in currently, and you can see they've eaten all around some Johnson grass, some giant ragweed, but they haven't touched this. They've managed, you can see where they've hit the top of this, but they haven't touched this plant. So yeah, just pretty interesting how they'll naturally avoid those toxic plants. And yeah, you don't have to worry about them ingesting it. I mean, I guess maybe if we left them in a pasture for too long and they didn't have anything else to forage, then maybe they would try. But yeah, we're getting ready to move. Andre's filling up their water. I just moved our little layer chickens, but then we're gonna move the cows so close to the camera, shade structures there. What's nice about those mobile shade structures is we can move them daily, even if the cows aren't moving every day. Like the space that they're in now, they'll have been in for like 2 or 3 days. But then we can still move their shade structures so that they aren't heavily impacting the pasture in one spot. And also we can park them places like this where there's a lot of blackberry bushes and spots where it's obviously there's poor nutrition in the soil, so that they will spread their manure there and fertilize the soil and make it healthier, so that hopefully next year those noxious weeds and you know, the grasses and stuff, the plants that we don't want, won't pop up as much. And then you get, you know, higher quality soil, which hopefully leads to higher quality forages. So yeah, we're gonna move their shade structures to a new spot because we're not moving them today. We'll move them tomorrow. And yeah, that's about it. Watch out, big guy.
Hey, what's up, lady?
Get run over. So yeah, I'm just moving this shelter over a bit just to disperse their impact. I'll pull it over here where there's a ton of ironweed so that they can lay down some manure and yeah, get some good nutrition back into the soil. And we're gonna go to the other one. Just taking advantage. You gotta have fun where you can, you know. Watch out, ding dong.
You can take this one right next to that one.
Okay. Grab this piece of wood here, babe. Oh, there's two. Will you grab that piece of wood? Donkey. See you later, alligators. the perimeter fence gate gate where the cows are now, but it initially was just wire, just like metal wire, and you couldn't see it when it was up, and I can't tell you how many times I drove through that damn gate. So he switched it over to the poly wire, so it's white, so that I could see it, and I would quit driving through it. So I was driving him crazy. So when we got back from vacation, I noticed one of our sheep was lame on one foot, and she's got quite a wound on the bottom of her foot here. So we're just gonna treat it. Everybody else is gonna help. Good job, so brave. Oh, so brave. Little girl is brave. Good morning, it's Wednesday morning here on the farm. We had somebody request a short rib recipe, a beef short rib recipe. So I thought I would take you all along while I prep it this morning before I head out for our home deliveries. Normally I would do this in the oven, but since I'm going to be on the road all day and Andre's going to be busy as well, I'm going to do this in the crock pot so that we can come home later and just have a nice meal and not have to worry about dinner. So let's jump right in because I need to get on the road. I'm going to start by turning my cast iron pan to medium high heat, and I'm going to throw just a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Even though these are grass-fed, grass-finished short ribs, they do have some nice fat cap on them, so I don't need a ton of oil. I just want a little bit to keep them from sticking to the pan while I sear them. I'll pan sear them first, and then throw everything in the crock pot and let it go. So yeah. So here we have our grass-fed, grass-finished beef short ribs. These were processed through Oxbow Meats in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. We also use Trackside Butcher Shop as our processor for our beef, but this one is from Oxbow, and we really love them. We've loved working with them. So what I'm going to do is remove these from the package and put some salt and pepper on them before I put them in the pan. Okay, I have my short ribs seasoned here with salt and pepper on all sides, and my pan is nice and hot. Just started to smoke a little bit. I'm actually going to turn it down just a touch towards medium. Yeah, I was going to turn the fan on, but then it'd probably be too loud. So I'm just going to put these seasoned side. Well, I've seasoned them on most sides, but still need to season that side. Just put them down in my hot pan here. And we're going to sear them on all sides for like 5 minutes or so each side until they get like a nice golden brown crust on them. So yeah, about 5-6 minutes should be plenty in a nice hot pan. And then I'll season this side as well once I wash my hand. But so yeah, just season all sides, salt and pepper. I did a little bit of garlic powder as well. And then season side down or whatever. Throw them in your hot pan, 5-6 minutes until all sides are golden brown. While that's going, while these are cooking, I'm going to hook up the crock pot and get that warmed up and wash some veggies. I'm going to wash some carrots from the garden to put in there, and yeah, I'll walk you all through that as well. So I have my crock pot plugged in and on low. To it, I'm going to add, while the short ribs are still searing, I'm going to add an entire clove of garlic. You add as much garlic as you like. We are garlic lovers, and I'm not feeling so hot this morning, so I need all the good stuff that I can get. And that, yeah, we love garlic around here, so use as much as you like. Use 2 cloves or 2 bulbs. It doesn't matter. So I'm adding all of this into ours, but yeah, follow your heart with the garlic measurements. But that's what I'm doing, and then also just a little I don't know, thing that we do, quirky thing that I do. You can save the skins of the garlic cloves, and you can dry them in a dehydrator or in the oven, and then blend them in a blender or a food processor, whatever you have, or mortar and pestle even, or just crush them up with your hands, and you can make your own garlic powder that way. That way, you're using everything, nothing goes to waste. You can also, I will keep a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and you can put them in there. And then, once a week, you can take all your veggie scraps. Like if you peel your carrots, if you peel your potatoes, your onion skins, garlic skins, you can take all that and keep them in a Ziploc bag in your freezer, and then put them in a crock pot, overnight, and you can make your own vegetable stock. Or if you've got spare bones from a whole chicken or anything like that, then you can make, bone broth or stock or whatever you have, just so nothing goes to waste, and then it's going to taste a million times better and be better for you than anything store-bought. So that's something else we do around here. Just as a quick side note, if you are short on time in the morning, and you or that day, and don't want to pan sear these, you don't have to. You can absolutely just put them in the crock pot and put them on low. It tastes better. It's going to taste better if you sear them first, but it's absolutely not necessary. Just the flavor will be better, that's all. You can absolutely just put them right into the crock pot. You helping? If you're short on time and just want to, get dinner, cook it and get out the door. I just prefer to pan sear them for the flavor and get a nice crust on there. It just tastes better, of course. But absolutely not necessary. Okay, the short ribs are done searing. I've already got my garlic here in my crock pot. Now I'm going to add some carrots. Cook the carrots however you want, put them in there however you like. These are straight out of the garden. I just cut the tops off. I'll give those to the chickens, and I like them whole just because it's going to be cooking all day. If they're whole and intact, they're going to hold up a little bit better. I don't like my vegetables mushy. I like them a little bit more fresh. So you can also, chop these up however you like, slice them on the diagonal, however you like them. It's your dinner. You do it however you like. But I'm just going to throw these right into the crock pot here. Okay, next I'm going to add an onion, also from the garden. I've just given it a very rough chop. As you can see, it's not diced or anything, because I want it to hold up as it cooks all day and have some sort of consistency by the time I get home and not just turn into onion mush. I'm going to cut up some Roma tomatoes, also from the garden, and put those in there as well. Along with 2 cups of red wine. I'm using a Pinot Noir. Use whatever you like. It is better to use a decent wine when you're cooking. It's going to taste all the better. If you want to get a cheaper one, that's obviously more than fine. Use whatever you have. But if you have a decent red wine, use a decent red wine. Especially if you're, doing short ribs. I'm also going to add some bee balm from the farm that we gathered. Benny and I bottled up and labeled and dated. Bee balm is great for digestion, and it tastes almost identical to oregano, but it has a lot more medicinal properties to it. Again, I'm not feeling great, so it's only going to help my situation. I'm also going to add some oregano that we gathered from my mother-in-law's garden last year, so add that as well. So the carrots, garlic, onion, tomatoes, however much of any of this that you would like, you know, according to your family, however much you need. This is just how much I'm using just for Andre and I today, but use however much, you know, you think that you need to feed your family. Then 2 cups of red wine, 2 cups of chicken broth or bone broth or stock or water. If you don't have that, it's fine, whatever you have. A little lemon juice, and then yeah, the herbs. I'll add some parsley from the garden on top, like right before we eat, instead of letting it cook and kind of dissolve in the crock pot. But and then add, you know, whatever herbs you like. I'm using the bee balm and the oregano, but you can also use thyme, dried parsley, whatever you like. Whatever you prefer is just fine. Cooking, again, not that serious. It doesn't have to be so complicated. I was also going to say too, just because it dawns on me so often what a privilege it is for us to eat this way. You know, we have the privilege of having access to this beautiful, high quality meat that we raise on the farm, and the price of meat right now is insane, and it is such a privilege for us to be able to eat just meat. I mean, I know people that have gone vegetarian just because they can't afford meat anymore, and then, you know, that's why I started gardening and growing our own food here, because even just paying for vegetables, I mean, we could barely afford our grocery bills. It's insane. You know, you run to Kroger, and I mean, you pick up 4 things and it's $100. It's just nuts. So I do my best to grow as much here to supplement, you know, what we can all year now since spring. You know, the radishes first popped up. I pulled those and froze them. I'll roast them over the winter. The roasted radishes are delicious if you haven't tried them. I already grabbed our potatoes, and our onions I've already harvested, and you know, greens, you know, I've periodically pulled and frozen. Green beans I've pulled and frozen, like, to feed us throughout the winter. And I'll go over that, maybe the garden thing. I am no professional by any means, but I can just tell you what I did that worked. This was my first year ever sowing seeds straight into the garden beds. I've always bought plant starts, and it worked beautifully. I had hundreds of carrots, and what else did I do from seed? The radishes, and the green beans, and squash, and zucchini, and cucumber. No, I bought cucumber plants starters. That's right. Those were not started from seed. But anyway, I am no professional. I don't know what I'm doing, but I was able to grow enough food to feed us this year and then into the winter as well. So I might talk about that at some point. But yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy how much things cost, and what you do whatever you can to, you know, make life a little bit easier, right? So that's definitely what we're doing here. Anyway, I'll quit yapping. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out of the pan here and put them into the crock pot just on top of the veggies, and let all the juicy fat cook down over top of all the veg in there. It'll be delicious later. Oh, look at these things. Delicious. So right in there. If I can mess them up in there. Okay, those are in there, ready to go. I'm just gonna cut up my tomatoes and pour everything else in there, and throw the lid on and throw it, and you keep it on low, and dinner will be ready this evening when I get home. So I have everything in here now. The 2 cups of red wine, 2 cups of broth, the garlic, tomatoes, carrots, the seasonings, onion, oh, and some lemon juice. So that's everything. So it's on low. That took right at 30 minutes for me to put together, and now dinner's done. You can make some, you know, some bread on the side, some mashed potatoes, rice, or you can just have it as is. I mean, the easiest thing would just to, you know, have bread on the side to just soak up the sauce with. But you know, dinner's done now. It took 30 minutes, and it even took a little longer because I was videoing, so it wouldn't even take that long. And that was with pan searing and everything. Again, you could just throw it right in the crock pot and it would be even quicker. So yeah, dinner's done. I'm gonna go load up the farm delivery vehicle and get on the road for home deliveries now. So yeah.
Good morning. Out here with the cows, and seems like we had a little feller deciding to get out last night. Hello. You're not supposed to be here. What are you doing over here? Huh? What are you doing? You're not supposed to be here. Yeah. How'd you get out? Your friends are over there. Come on, let's try to get you back. Come. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Come, let's go back to your friends. Here you go. See, there's the rest of the group. And he's on this side of the fence. Ding dong. Naughty, naughty. Come on, buddy. See if we can get you back. Else we'll just have to move everybody into this spot. The other option. Thick over here. Okay. Come on, little guy. Let's get you with your friends. See if we can do that without everybody else getting out. Come on, bud. Yeah. Let's see if we can do something here. Back it up. Come on. Come. Come on, back it up. Back it up. Go. Back it up. Hey. Come on, guys. Come on. Hey. Hey. Come on, back it up. Come on, back it up. Come. There we go. All right. Got him back. And don't get out again, please. You guys want to move today? Okay. I guess we'll have to change plans and move you today then, huh? Well, we'll get a few other things done first and then we'll come move you. Deal? Alright, back over here in the shrimp barn. It's time to transfer the shrimp from the nursery tank into another grow out tank. We're gonna essentially split the nursery in half, and just to give them more room to grow and be able to feed them more. So yeah, I was gonna do this about a week and a half ago, but we went on vacation and I didn't want there to be water quality issues while we were gone in the new tank, so I decided to wait until now. So we're back on the farm, and it's time to split them so they can have more room and they can grow more effectively. So the first step that I already did, I took the all the water quality parameters for both tanks to see if they're somewhat close, and I'll show you if you can see there. Not sure how well you can see that, but we've got tank 6, which is the one that the shrimp are in right now, and then tank 1 is the one they're going to. So adjust this a bit. There we go. But I took temperature readings. Temperature in tank 6 is 28.8 and temperature in tank 1 is 27.2, so that was close enough. Dissolved oxygen, just for reference, they don't have to match. Salinity 17.7 in one and 17.3 in the other, which is not bad. And then pH is lower in tank 6, which makes sense, at 7.6, and the new tank is 8.1. So all the numbers look good. The next step is going to be to get an average weight on the shrimp in there, and then be able to figure out how much total weight to transfer over to the new tank. So I'm gonna go grab a net with some shrimp. We're gonna weigh out some shrimp, get the average weight, and then go from there. The idea is I'm gonna put 10 shrimp in here and then get the average weight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 45 grams for 10 shrimp, that's 4.5 grams. We'll do another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 52, 51 grams, so 5.1 grams average. And we'll do one more. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 44 grams, so 4.4. All right, so we had 4.7 plus 5.1 plus 4.4 divided by 3, so 4.7 grams is the average.
Hey, you see
Hey.
my message?
No. All right, so we have an average weight of 4.7 grams for these shrimp, and so I stocked 15,000 in there. I'm assuming that about 80% of them made it, so 80% of 15,000 is 12,000. So if I want to do, let's say I want to do split it evenly, 6,000 in one and 6,000 in the other. I'm going to do 6,000 individual shrimp times 4.7 divided by, so that's 28,200 grams divided by 1,000. That's 28 kilograms, or times 2.2. That's 62 pounds of shrimp that need to be moved over. So yeah, we're gonna set up the scale and then start moving. All right, so what we're gonna do is have the scale set up here with the container on top. I'm gonna start scooping out of the tank here, and I'll probably do 12 containers of 5 pounds each, which will give us about 60 pounds of shrimp that'll go into this tank. And so yeah, we'll just do 5 pounds at a time and get them moved over. So let me get this tank behind me prepped. So this one is where they're gonna be scooped from. We'll get this one ready to go, and then we'll start transferring. When I scoop, I like to scoop from the middle and go to a corner that kind of corners them and allows me to get more in one net full. So let's see how that goes. All right, got my first net full. Get it on the scale. Stop them jumping out of here. All right, as you can see, there's a few jumpers there, so I think we're gonna use a different container. I think this one will work a bit better, so they won't be able to jump out as much. So let's try it again. So that was 2.5 pounds. 2 pounds. 3.5 pounds now. Just going to use my phone to keep a running tally of the total here. So we're at 9 pounds right now, so still got a ways to go. All right. Last 2 scoops. Okay, then plus 1.9. So the total I transferred was 56.3 pounds. It's a little bit lower than I had initially said. I think my initial number was 62, but I'm gonna go a little bit lower than that just to make sure I don't transfer too many over. And then if I do need to transfer some more over from the nursery tank at a later date, I can do that. So, but yeah, all we have to do now is set up this same feeder over there, get them fed, or at least put it on the belt, because I'm not going to throw food in right now because they're both a bit stressed, both these tanks. So we'll just put some food on the feeder. This feeder pulls back and I can put food on, so it'll delay the feeding. And yeah, then we're done. So now we just feed them and wait for them to grow.
So I just got home a little bit ago. It's 6:30 now. I just toasted some bread and made a quick Caesar salad with kale from the garden and dressing, a homemade dressing with anchovies and egg yolks from the farm. We're gonna go watch the new season of Ted Lasso and call it a day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this beef short rib recipe. If you have any questions or want any other recipes from items from the farm, let us know. We'd be happy to share them. We love to cook, and yeah, I love to share recipes. So if there's anything y'all are interested in hearing about or getting a recipe for, let us know.